Hello, students and teachers and class. Please take a seat. All right, I know that we all live in a house. Do we have a house of our own? Of course we do. Not our own, but our parents. We do live in our parents' home. Mary Liz, can you tell us about your home? Mary Liz? Tell us about your home, the house that you live in. What do you have around your house? How does your house look like? Your house. Talk about your house. Do you live in a round house, in a square house, or what kind of house? Do you have plants? Do you have stones?
My house is big. I have a square house. I have plants around my house. That's
All right. Thank you. Mary Liz, she lives in a house that has plants and a square house. We'll have another one to tell us where he lives. Okay, good. Let's have Donald. Donald?
My house is big. We have 2 bedrooms and my house color is yellow.
Do you have any plants? What kind of plants do you have around the house? Okay, tell us.
Yeah, plenty. I have hibiscus, pawpaws, and orchids.
Okay, I think, yes. Very good. Thank you, Donald. Give him a clap and Mary Liz. Now, we all have our homes, which we live in and which we come from every day to school. Some of our houses are big, some of our houses are small. Some may have a lot of plants, some may have less plants, or no plants around their homes. Anyway, today in this lesson, we'll be looking at making a home for our living things. So, teachers, we are still on the same outcome, 6.2.2, the same strand and substrand. And our lesson topic for today is home for a living thing. Right, we had Lisa and Mary Liz and Donald talk about their homes. Before we go through, let's have a look at some of the pictures of these living things. And I'll give you a few seconds to discuss with you and your friends, maybe 5 seconds to discuss with you and friends, and tell us where they might live. So our first picture is of a Stingbug, right? Some of you said that, Stingbug, you know the living thing. 5 seconds, where do you think it lives for you and your friend? Are you discussing? 5 seconds, students out there? Stingbug or ladybug? Stingbug. Yes? Your time to discuss now, because you will not discuss later. Okay, everybody. All right, let's see who will give us or tell us about where a Stingbug might live. All right, thank you. Freddy is ready for his group. What they have discussed, he will let tell us now. Students out there, you can tell your friends in your class. Discussion time stops here. Let's listen to Freddy.
He lives on plants, and when he lands to the people smell sting.
Okay. It lives on plants. It lives and flies around the plants. But when it lands on humans, especially human beings, and we touch it, it gives off a stinking smell which we don't like. So we call it stinking bug. Thank you, Fred. Any others before we move to the next picture? Who's got, where do they live? Okay. Let's have a look at the next picture. You recognize your friend, the frog. 5 seconds again for you to discuss. So, where do the frog live? Good. Thank you for your discussion. Let's have the first group, right? The first group is there. Let's give us your answer. Where do you think the frog lives and what kind of condition does it like to live in?
The pond lives in a bird pond and it eats flies.
Thank you for that answer. Frogs live in a pond. It likes water. Places where it is cool and moist for it to live in. So that is where frogs, most frogs you will find, where you will find most frogs. Our next picture, the locust, or the grasshopper as we call it. Discuss with your friend. Discuss first, and before I pick you. Good, our time is up. For discussion, listening, we have Caro to give us his group's discussion of where the grasshopper lives.
It lives on the grass.
It lives on the grass, among grass. You find the grasshopper lives mostly in grass places. Any other places where grasshopper lives? Okay, let's have Jason's group to give the answer. Jason, your group, what you have discussed. Okay, where do the grasshopper live?
It lives in grassland.
Grasslands? Good. Okay, thank you, Jason and Caro, for the answer. Our last picture, where do you think this living thing lives? Yes, it is a worm? Okay, we have many hands up, so everybody knows where it lives. We'll have Lorraine, our member from Lorraine's group. Oh, okay.
It lives in the ground.
Okay, it lives in the ground. Thank you for the answers. Now, all those animals or living things that you looked at have a home. We have a home. We come to school from the houses that we live in. These living things also have home. You visited or you went out and looked at habitats where living things live. And that is their home, where they get their food from, where they get water, and where they breathe, and where they interact with other living things. So today, in our lesson, teachers and students, we will be working in pairs, listening carefully. You will be working in pairs or in three. Three in a group or two in a group. So, this is what you will be doing. We will be making a home of a living thing. You will choose your friend after this. Listen. And you will do this for your activity. Number one, you will draw a plan of the home on the chart, which your teacher will give you. And secondly, you will list the important things that you need to use for making a home of the animal, that you will provide for the living thing that you build a home for. So those are the two things that you will do and when you are planning. All right, I'll give you a few seconds, let's say 5 seconds. This time it's 5 seconds for you to choose your friend. Once you have chosen your friend, you sit next to your friend. And you may move quietly. Okay? In your groups, not far away, just in your groups. So I will collect all your work in groups. So choose your friend in your group. When you are ready, put your hands on your head so I know that you are ready. Which group has already chosen partners? Hands on your head. Very good, only 2 groups are ready. The rest of the group are still looking for their friends. Do not write anything until I tell you to. All right, some of you have brought your materials to work with for making a home. Some of you have brought, like this group here, very good, they have brought their living thing to work on. So they know what exactly they are going to plan for. May I have your living thing? Now group 5 have brought tadpoles. So now they know that they're going to make a home of a tadpole. So they, in their group, they have divided themselves into 3. They're working 3 to 1 paper. So they are going to draw their plan here. But this is not the container they will use. They will have to draw their plan. What kind of container will they use? What they will put in the container. Will they put some rocks or soil or plants for the animal? Or will they put a plate of rice? No, I'm joking. Food for the tadpole. So example, I have one here. I am planning to make a home for I planned a home for a fish, which small fish, not those big tilapias, but small fish, which I will make. And this is the container I have. I have decided to use this container. So I make my plan using this container. And I'll place rocks, but I need to find plants and water, and after that, pour in the water and the fish. So this is my plan, which I will be using this container. Now you will discuss with your friend and decide which container, which important things you will look at. So let's begin. You may discuss with your friend. I'll give you 10 minutes to draw up your plan, and you will present that to the class after. Paper. Please use your pencil. Use your pencil to draw your plan first. That's your activity here. You just write the title, Home for a... Use a pencil, then I can give you the marking pen to go over your plan again. But for now, use a pencil. When you finish, I'll give you the marker to draw over it. See, you discuss. You discuss what type of container. Are you going to use this type of container or a small dish or something like it? So you will use that, and you will have to label it because rocks, and then you will have to label the container. What kind of container? You will tell us what kind of container you are using. Yeah. You can draw it, but your drawing must be exactly the one that you are planning to build. Because if you build your home, your drawing and your home should be the ones, because you're going to label it. You will label the container. So what kind of container are you going to use? A saucepan, a dish, a plate, a cup, or a cordial container? I will collect your work with your diagram. I will collect this, and if you do not have a partner to work with, then I'm sorry. Because, remember, again, please, you are to work with a friend. If you don't work with a friend, it won't be very good, because you need your friend to help you to plan this home for a living thing, which will be fun for you both. That's what I said. You cannot use this container. You plan your own. Planning is like thinking about what you're going to do, not what you don't want to do with this, because this is only one for your group. But you will decide and plan which type of container you will use, what you will put in there for the living thing. So that's what planning is necessary for. That's why we are planning a home before actually doing it. So you plan yours and put it down. What's this? What kind of flower? Hibiscus. Good. You can use seeds. Yeah, you can use sunflowers. If you have seeds, put it there, because you will look after this home for 1 week, as of today until next week. So I will be checking for 1 week, so you can see. Okay, good. Use a pencil and then you go over with it. Because you're drawing, use a pencil. Then you go over with a marker. Not. 3 minutes of your activity gone. Sorry, not 3 minutes of your activity gone, 3 minutes of your activity remained in time. 3 minutes of your activity time is remained in. I want to see you plan on a pencil first. Use a pencil, then you use a marker. When you are drawing, home of a, okay, write your title, home of a grasshopper. Make sure you find a caterpillar. Don't draw and you don't plant because you're going to make. After this lesson, you're going to make it. On Friday, on Tuesday next week, I will check your plan and your home. One group is almost finished. Second group is almost finished. Very good. Start naming the things there. What container are you going to use? Remember, what you plan is what you are going to make, and you will bring it in your next lesson. Our time is almost up for drawing your diagram. You have 1 minute remaining, and there are only three groups almost complete. Something that you can easily find, something that you can easily make or bring and make a home for. Use a pencil first. Draw with a pencil. All right, your 10 minutes is up, but I will give you another 3 minutes only. 3 minutes to finish of what you're doing. Just 3 minutes. Write your title, home of what? What are you planning a home for? Home of a frog. Okay, write home of a frog. Home of a caterpillar. Where? Home of a grasshopper. Can you go over this with a marking pen? Grasshopper is going to fly out. What do you need to put something, cover it, you know? Yeah, cover. So how big is the container? The grasshopper is big, so they like hopping around. So you need a bigger container. If you use that small Vegemite jar, it's too small for the grasshopper. You need a big container. Something like this big, but a big container, which you can look through. Because every time you want to open the lid and look through, it might hop out. There's something like that, but it must be clear for you to see. Or if you can do that, here, you can use a box, cut the side, and then put the plastic screen. You can staple it or stick it tape it if it's a grasshopper. I'm just giving you ideas, but you have your own. You can make. Don't follow my idea. You can make your own. So you go over it with a marking pen. So you will present it to the class. All right, last 1 minute of your extra time is remaining before we have some groups to present. I'll have your group to present yours, you, and the other group down there. You just present and tell us what you will need of like it. A group to present. A group to present. You, them, and that group. 3 groups. Are you going to present? You want to present? Ready to present. All right, let's have, our time is up and we will do our presentation now. So let's have the 3 groups. Let's have only 3 groups to present to us what their plans are, what their animal or living thing is, and how they are going to go about in keeping the animal alive. Okay, let's have Alison and Jordan, okay? Oh, you're going to hold it. Alison will present. Okay, Alison will do the presentation for the group. Come to the front. All right, listening. Alison, you tell us for your group what home you are preparing, what you are preparing to make a home for, and how you're going to take care of that living thing, what type of container your group would use, and how you're going to take care of it for a week in class. And what will that living thing need? Okay, Alison, listening to Alison.
We are planning on making a home
Listening.
lizard, and it likes to live in place where there's stones, grass, and sticks.
Anything else that you would like to tell us about the lizard, home of a lizard? What type of container are you going to use?
Glass bottle.
Okay, a glass bottle. All right, make sure the glass bottle is big enough to put all those, some stones, some grass, and some soil for the lizard. Thank you. Give a clap for Alison and Jordan. I give a clap for them. All right, we'll have Emmanuel and Nora. After them. After this one. Okay, two. Okay, hold it steady.
Our title is We Are Planning to Have a Home of a Grasshopper. This is down.
Okay, Alice, Nora and Emmanuel to present this. We have quiet silence for them to do.
We are planning to have a home of a grasshopper, and this is our home. We have plants, grass, woods, rocks, ground, and small stones. And grasshopper.
And what do you think they will also need for them to live?
And a grasshopper.
Okay. So that is a home of a grasshopper. All right, give them a clap. Apart from all the groups, one group has planned a different living thing. All right, quickly. Others quiet down and listening.
Home for a pot plant. Sunflower, pot, grass, soil.
Okay? Is that what they need? What else do they need? So they have planned a home for a pot plant, which is a sunflower. What do the sunflower need? The plant, sunflower plant. What do they need?
Water.
Water? Anything else?
Sunlight.
Good. They need sunlight, water, and what else? The last one. Anyone from the class? Okay, Imelda, what do they need? Okay, carbon dioxide for them to breathe, so that will be all. All right, give a big clap to the two for their group. Okay, all sit up straight. All sit up straight. Now, let's all put our papers away. Class, teachers, you will go through your plans and the students will have their plans, which they will use to make a home. So you will bring that in your next lesson. So we will go through our summary. Our summary point for today, class. Copy down the summary. What are we planning to make? Madhu, what are we planning to make? Can you give us a guess of what our key phrase, keyword is? Madhu, give a try. What is our keyword? Moro? Okay, Moro will help Madhu to give us a keyword. Living things? Okay, home of a living things. Very good. She gave us a sentence. Our keyword for today is home. We are making a home for a living thing. Thank you, Moro. Our next lesson will be food for them. And the materials that you will be needed for the next lessons are, you will need to collect fresh soil samples, any soil sample from the flower garden or from the old garden, or if you can remember your habitat that you visited. And also a skew stick and a hand lens. With that, thank you class, thank you teachers, and thank you students.